I have some serious thoughts to tell you about the latest limited run from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Hey Fragrance family, I'm David, I'm a fragrance bro, of course your best source for everything fragrance related. Now many of you know that I really like Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I have this kind of ongoing series where I dive into the limited runs of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. They're a grooming company that has lots of different grooming products like aftershaves, soaps, shampoos, and even eau de parfum fragrances. Today I'll be talking about their line of limited runs for the month of July. If you'd like to see more thoughts on limited runs, definitely check out the playlist up here. I'm going through all of them, so they'll be all up here. Now the versions that I have to review here are the aftershave versions, but like I mentioned, they have the eau de parfums as well. So if you're looking for a traditional fragrance of any of these, definitely check them out. I'll be linking them in the links down below. They are affiliate links. Anytime you buy something through that, it does help out the channel. Always appreciate it when you do that. And like I've mentioned before, you can get any of these scents in any of their other grooming products. And they have some of the best I've ever tried, so definitely check out their other grooming products as well. Also, they sell samples on their website. So if you're interested in any of these products and you want to just try them out, they have a great sample service and you can go check them out there. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get straight to it. But before we start, why don't you subscribe? If you like Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, if you like fragrances, if you like wet shaving, if you like anything like that, if you like sandwiches, subscribe for sandwiches. Now there was a release that I wasn't able to get to because it was such a limited run that I couldn't get it at all. And that was this word up here. I don't remember the name. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is their version of Black Ice, the little car air freshener that you can get for your car. Now I wasn't able to get it. It was only available on the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements app on your phone. So if you're interested in getting things that are only available there for a limited time, you probably have to get the app because they have some certain fragrances that are only available on the app. All right, now let's get to the real selection here. The first one is Space of July. Now, Space of July is a July 4th limited release. It was available, and I'm doing this video at the end of July. I'm not sure if it's still available or if it was just a limited run for that week of 4th of July, Independence Day. Not really sure, but this was available around that week. And this is a very interesting scent, obviously inspired by barbecues around Independence Day. Now, notes in this are hickory wood, barbecue spices, smoke, char, and cedar. Now, this is a very untraditional scent, and what I will say is a lot of times Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements releases these kind of strange, very unique, inspired, untraditional type of scents for limited releases, and a lot of times they're just so good. This one is probably not something I want to wear a lot of, but it is really good in a way. For all you smoke lovers out there who love the smell of smoke and fragrances, this is one that you've got to try. This one is definitely inspired by backyard barbecues. And if you've ever grilled with maybe hardwood lump coal in like a wood grill in the backyard or something, this smells a lot like that. What I think is cool is it reminds me of that smell that you get from the grill, but also that lingering kind of smoky smell that you get in like your hair and your clothes. You know, I kind of like that, but I get that it's really not for everyone. It's a very smoky, very woody type of smell. Some people might not like that smell. Some people, whenever they get that smell in their hair or whatever, really want to just wash it off right away. I get that, but I like it. Some of the notes that I get are hickory, definitely, oak, and that kind of char, smoky quality. I get a little bit of cade in there as well. Cade is not mentioned in the notes, but it smells like a cade type of smell. Also a little birch as well. I get that birch kind of char. Around Independence Day, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements does something special around this time, something kind of weird and goofy and cool. This is one that I think is really good. And the packaging is really cool. I mean, just look at that. That is really neat. And I think if you like woody scents, if you like smoky scents, this is really actually pretty wearable. Go check this one out. Space of July. All right, next is Solstice. Now, this is another classic from them, and it pops up every year around the summer solstice, hence the name. Now, notes in this are sage, sweetgrass, cedar, rose, and benzoin. Now, this is such a great fragrance. I really love this. I've heard this described as magical, and I definitely get that. On the scent alone, it smells expensive. It smells really good. This could be like a $400 boutique fragrance all day long, I think. This is excellent. This to me smells like a very aromatic, woody, cozy type of scent that doesn't smell to me like a summer scent. It smells more to me like a fall or even winter scent. To me, this instantly kind of conjures up images of a log cabin in the woods, in the mountains with snow falling and a lit fireplace crackling in the den. It's warm, woody, slightly incensey and slightly sweet. I do get the woods. I get almost a balsam type of feel here, and I do get kind of the benzoin kind of implying a vanilla in this as well, but not too much. It's really, really well done, very balanced. Even though this says rose in the notes, I really don't get rose at all. If it's in there, you can barely tell, but there's not much rose in here at all. Not very rosy fragrance in my opinion, but it is absolutely terrific. Great scent. Definitely go check out Solstice if you can. All right, next is Tea Party 508. And as you can kind of imagine, Tea Party 508 is another one that came out around the Independence Day season, obviously a nod to patriotic history in America. Now, notes in this are green tea, white tea, lemon, bergamot, salt water, black tea, vanilla, musk, amber, and tobacco. Now, this was initially made for a wet shavers meetup in New England, which I think is pretty fun. And if you like tea scents, I think definitely check this one out. This one is a very clean, crisp tea type of scent. Not really necessarily like tea that you drink, like black tea. So there's definitely more of like a white tea type of vibe here. It smells very clean and almost soapy in a way. There's also kind of a healthy dose of a salty accord in there as well. In some ways, this kind of reminds me of the family of Old Salty. Old Salty was a limited release that came out, I believe, last month, but I think Old Salty is better. I think Old Salty really kind of leans more into the clean, crisp quality with that salty note. I think that's better than this fragrance. They're different, but they do have some similarities here, and I just think that this is a little bit redundant for me personally. It's a pretty decent scent. I like it, but I don't love it. If you like tea scents out there, I think it's worth trying and checking out, but for me, it's maybe not a must-have. Before I move on to the next scent, I just also want to mention that they have a secret menu that you can look up. I'm not going to tell you what to look up. Maybe you could just look up secret menu. And they have some secret mashups of some of their fragrances. So they also sent me Atomic Tea Party, which is a mashup of Tea Party 508 and Atomic Age Bayram. And I have to say, this is amazing. Both of these together are fantastic. Sometimes the Atomic Age Bayram is a little bit too spicy or a little bit too aromatic sometimes for me. And this one, this Tea Party scent, can be maybe a little bit too clean. Both of them together round off the kind of parts that I don't like and make just a truly exquisite scent. So if you're interested in that, oh my gosh, check that out. Atomic Age Tea Party, mwah, fantastic. All right, next we have Aloha Smackdown. Now, if you look at the artwork there, you can see he's obviously getting punched in the face. This is a punch in the glass, if you know what I mean. This is a really faithful recreation of Hawaiian Punch, the drink. Yes, Hawaiian Punch, the drink. Notes in this are apple, guava, orange, papaya, passion fruit, and pineapple. And wow, when you first try this out, wow, it smells exactly like Hawaiian Punch, and it's amazing. So good, so fruity. Without looking at the notes, the first thing that I got was apple. I do smell a lot of apple in there, and then I got a lot of pineapple as well, but it's still really tropical. So you get a lot of those other tropical fruits they mentioned, guava, papaya, passion fruit. You get those as well. It just is a great Hawaiian Punch or tropical fruit punch type of scent. My main complaint though is that it's kind of front loaded. So whenever you first try it on, you get that great kind of payoff of fruit punch. And then as it dries, it loses a lot of that scent, that luster, and it loses that fruit punch essence and goes more into this kind of funny, slightly woody, slightly metallic type of thing. It's not as crisp and not as fruity as it was at the start. So for me personally, I think this might actually work better as maybe a soap or one of their soap products, because you're going to be wearing it, but not really smelling it for, hours at a time. You're just going to smell it for that initial blast. I think that would actually be amazing for something like this. But for me personally, I think having this as an aftershave or even an eau de parfum, probably not as much. So it's a very front-loaded scent, and that could be good too, but just in small doses, but still a really great scent, and kudos for them for making it exactly right, especially at the start. All right, now next up is Doppelganger Plum. Now this is amazing. Oftentimes, whenever they make a fragrance, it might be a tribute to an older fragrance or something that has been out of production. Their Doppelganger line is straight up just clones of fragrances. But in this case, this is a clone of a fragrance that has been discontinued. That one is Plum Japonais by Tom Ford. Now, notes in this are cinnamon, saffron, Japanese plum, plum blossom, immortelle, liquor, camellia, cypress, oud, amber, benzoin, fir, and vanilla. Now, this one is just special. This is so dang good. It is so, so good. Now, I have a review of Plum Japonais on my channel. It's a pretty old review that I had. I think it was with my friend Jer. At the time that it was released, I think we just didn't get it at the time. And now, after having tried so many fragrances, I really actually now kind of miss the fragrance, because trying this is such a good fragrance. Trying it now versus trying it then. I do not know why Tom Ford ever discontinued that fragrance, because it's amazing. And this Doppelganger fragrance is truly just a work of art. It is such a good representation of that. It's amazing. This is one of those rare instances when I actually love clones. This is a great reason to actually get a cloned fragrance when something is not sold anymore. It's great that something can be cloned like this. And for it to be this good and this complex is truly rare. I mean, it is spectacular. So what do I get out of this? This to me is a very fruity, ambery type of scent. I get a lot of plum. I do get plum, but it's buried in this kind of blanket of amber and oud and some woods as well. It has almost like a sour plum type of quality to it that I think is amazing. There is this kind of floral aspect to it that kind of just rounds out some of the edges to it. A lot of the notes here have their moments in time. You get some of everything that's mentioned here at some point. I think that's really cool, and it just shows just how well made this scent is. It's just a really nuanced, beautiful, complex type of scent. It's pretty unisex as well. This is not like an everyday driver for me, but this is just great. It's ambery, fruity, thick, somewhat incensey, sweet and syrupy. It smells rich and expensive. It is just a must-have. I don't know if this is a limited scent. I don't know how long this will be on sale for. I don't know if this is just limited to this summer, but you've got to check this out. And I think that if you like Tom Ford, if you loved Plum Japonais, you've got to get this. It really just does it justice. Definitely check out Doppelganger Plum. All right, next is Sci-Fi Lime. Now, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements will release fragrances in their limited line that kind of focus on one note. I did a few of them last month, like Immortal Peach and Rabid Banana. This one, of course, is lime, and notes in this are lime. Specifically Persian lime. Now, they specifically chose Persian lime because it's a pretty nuanced lime flavor. And I'm actually surprised that lime is not done as well as it is here in other fragrances. I've always wanted a fragrance that has kind of a lime focus. I've tried fragrances that put lime in there, but they usually don't do it very well. This one, though, is absolutely perfect. It is fresh, it's fruity, it's tart and zesty, zingy, it is sparkly, it's sour, it's sweet. It is the perfect lime scent. It's so, so good. If you've tried key lime pie before, this is just like key lime pie except without the crust. It's just the filling. It is so creamy and tart. It is magnificent. It is so good. And if you want another reference point for how this smells, then check this out. This is LaCroix Key Lime, and this smells and tastes just like Sci-Fi Lime smells. No word on the taste just yet. Amazing LaCroix flavor, by the way. But this is exactly what I wanted out of a lime type of scent. It is a very complex lime scent that is everything. Creamy, zesty, sweet, sour, everything. It is lime, lime, lime through and through. What I like about these type of one-note fragrances that Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements makes, you find out how complex one note could be if someone did it right. And they really do it right. They really do it justice. Sci-Fi Lime is just a phenomenal scent. If you're looking for a lime scent, like me, this is like the holy grail. This is a must-have, must-buy scent. For me personally, it's excellent. Definitely check out Sci-Fi Lime. So that is all I have. If you're interested in any of these are still available as of this release, so definitely check them out down below. If you want any samples, definitely check out some samples. But what do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Fragrance Bros. Bye.